Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this morning's sales presentation brought to you by Horton. This is Nikki with HDA Truck Pride, and I want to remind all of our attendees that you are on mute this morning. So please use the chat box or the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen to ask any questions throughout the broadcast. We will run about 30 minutes this morning, and we will save all questions for the end. So be sure to stay tuned for live Q&A at the end of the presentation. Also want to remind you that this session is being recorded. This is part of a 7-week series that we're doing. So if you haven't joined us for one of our past webinars, they have all been recorded and loaded to our HDA Truck Pride University. I have an updated schedule that I've been sending out that has those recording links available. And then all of the upcoming webinars are still able to be registered for. So we are almost through week 5. We have 4 full weeks that have been loaded to the university, and we have 2 more weeks coming up to carry us through the end of May. Yesterday's sales presentation was from Meritor. Today is obviously Horton, and then tomorrow we'll be joined by Continental to wrap up week 5. Also in the afternoon, 3 o'clock Eastern time every day, we are running a 30-minute technical presentation. So if you haven't joined us for one of those, it's obviously more technically focused, more installation tips, troubleshooting tips, that sort of thing, instead of focused on the sales side. Yesterday, we spent 30 minutes with Kojali going through diagnostic equipment. Wonderful presentation. And this afternoon, we'll be joined by NTN Bauer to go through bearings. We'll finish up tomorrow, week 5, with Centric and a DuraFit presentation. Without further ado, I will introduce Jackson Alley, who is the sales director for the aftermarket within Horton, and he is our sales rep. So if you guys have any questions after this morning's presentation, if you visit our website under supplier programs and then H for Horton, all of Jackson's contact information is loaded there. Without further ado, Jackson, I'll turn it over.
Great. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Nikki, thank you for hosting this. Like Nikki said, we're going to try and keep this to about 20 to 25 minutes with the rest of the time available for questions. So without further ado, we'll jump right in. So just a quick reminder as to who Horton is. Hopefully all of you out there are aware of us and what we do, but for those of you that aren't, we are a global company that provides world-class engine solutions. So we provide fan clutches and fans for diesel engines. We're a private company headquartered in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We are fortunate enough to have a global network of over 900 distributors. Hopefully some of you on this call are one of them, and we thank you for that. We have 4 technical centers and 4 plants, 2 of them in the US and 2 licensees throughout the globe as well. The markets that we serve, like I said, we split our company into 2 segments, the on-highway segment and the off-highway segment. I'm responsible for the on-highway aftermarket segment, just like all of you on this phone. But we do have growth opportunities in the off-highway segment. I think I was talking about how that whole industry is where the trucking industry was in the early 70s, meaning they are all direct drive. They're not fan clutches on these mining equipment, industrial equipment, or agriculture equipment. So exciting growth opportunity for Horton. If you're visual like me, I just wanted to put out some pictures for you of exactly what our products are. So this is a picture of our on-off fan drive on the front of an engine. This is really what started it all. It's one of our oldest technologies, but still will be around for many years into the future. So actually, the first on-off fan drive was put on a Class 8 truck in the early 70s. And it was a Horton fan drive, of course. And then here's a picture of our 2-speed technology. So this is a great product for medium-duty applications or vocational applications. We like to say anything that it probably has an average speed of less than 45 miles an hour. And isn't getting as much ram air. So there is an off speed on this clutch that is created by magnets, which creates an eddy current and creates about 600 RPMs, which covers the majority of the cooling needs for a lot of these applications. So you don't have as many full engagements, saving valuable horsepower, valuable fuel, and much less noisy, of course. Quick reminder, just like all of you on this phone, Horton continues operations as an essential part of the critical manufacturing sector. Our 2 plants in the US are fully operational, and knock on wood, we haven't had any supply chain issues. So I know several in the industry out there, especially those with complex supply chains, are running into some issues. So if you have any sort of delivery issues or anything like that, anything we can help out with, we have applications for 99% of class 5 through 8 trucks. We'll touch a little bit more on this later, but we've made significant investments in making inventory available in every corner of the country. And lastly, just wanted to mention that we're dedicated to our loyal customers. This is obviously unprecedented times, and our thoughts and prayers go out to all of those impacted by the coronavirus. I think it's almost everyone at this point. So here I just wanted to mention how we are structured. So as Nikki said, I'm the sales director. I lead our aftermarket team in the US and Canada. And then we're fortunate to have 3 really strong regional sales managers. So Tom Broad covers Canada for us. Luke Britton covers the West Coast down into Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas as well. Ken Brandt covers the East Coast from Maine to Florida. And then in addition to my director duties, I cover the Midwest for us. And then from there, we have a very strong network of manufacturers representatives that are boots on the ground, out representing Horton to the fullest every single day. I'm sure many of you out there know who they are, but if you have any questions as to who your representative is, you can go on to our website, or of course, reach out to myself or your regional managers directly. So here's a snapshot of what our aftermarket sales mix looks like. Roughly speaking, we are about 70% reman and 30% kits. And that pie, the reman continues to eat up more of that pie. That's been a growing segment for us. And really it's the best way to go. We'll touch more on this later, but it's the best way to go when replacing a fan clutch. Another big piece of it, of course, is kits. You can't stock every reman for every application that's out there. So, and there's also value conscious or cost conscious customers that want to utilize kits. And we'll dive into this a little bit in a few slides, some things we've done to improve our kit offering. The other things worth mentioning, plastic fans. In the aftermarket, Horton hasn't done a great job making it really, really easy to sell our fans. But it's certainly an opportunity for all of you out there to make sure that you're at least asking the question. It's an opportunity to sell a fan every time you sell a fan clutch. The criticality of it is crucial. All fan clutches are designed in a way that when they fail in the on position now. So you can finish your day's work and get back to the shop and repair it later. If a fan fails, you're going to be on the side of the road and need to tow home. And they're generally speaking cheap. So make sure you're asking the question, a good way to grow your sales. Reman fan drives, want to drive this home. So it's the quickest and easiest way to repair a fan drive. I like to say that a kit plus labor is equal to or more than a reman. And that's really why that reman piece of our business has continued to grow. It comes with the same warranty as our new fan drives, 2-year warranty, and it's remanufactured to quality OE standards at our plant in Britton, South Dakota. So all wear components are brand new. It's an excellent value for your customers. Hopefully all of you are aware of this, but our competitive core exchange program, it is not a like-for-like program. We will take all competitive core as long as it's complete in any condition, and we will give you full core credit. So we want to make it as easy as possible to switch a customer from any of these fan drives you see on the screen over to a Horton application. Okay, I touched on kits previously. We have come out with quick kits. They've been around for a while, but I want to make sure everybody is aware of it. So the knocks on Horton previously were probably that it was too complicated. We had too many SKUs. And then as well as in the box, there were too many parts. And we've addressed both of those. So we're down to about 4 or 5 SKUs that cover 90 to 95% of the market. And within the box, as many of the components are pre-assembled as possible. Actually, we have less parts in the box than our competition now. So making it as easy as possible to use our kits. From a technical standpoint, our kits utilize a DRAC bearing. It's a double row angular contact bearing. And essentially what that means is it's indestructible. You can purge that thing of grease and it will not come apart. And then secondly, worth noting is that our kits are designed with the OE specified torque. Our competition utilizes about twice the torque, which works, and it works fine, but what happens is when you utilize more torque than what's necessary is it has to go somewhere, and it ends up within the belt line and can cause premature wear or failure to belts and tensioners. So this is available, Nikki made it available on the HDA Truck Pride website. This is our cross-reference for our kits. And really those 4 highlighted are really what we recommend that you stock so that you will never miss a fan clutch sale. Like I said, you can't keep all remans on the shelf. So in the event that you don't have it, here are the 4 kits that you should keep on your shelf so that you can make sure that you can get your customers back up and on the road. And again, this is available at the HDA Truck Pride website. So the next 5 or 6 slides are real specific opportunities that we are excited about. This is probably the most exciting one. So in September of last year, we came out with our Kaiser replacement. It's the K32 dual pilot. Our part number is 9908504. This is available on the HDA Truck Pride website as well. It crosses over to 33 part numbers, and it is dual piloted, meaning it has the 2.56-inch and 5-inch fan pilot, reducing your SKUs. We are the only ones in the game with this now. For those of you that might be familiar with the 8801N, which has now been split into 2 part numbers, this is that replacement. It also obviously replaces the Borg Warner 1090, 09, 650, 01, which there's tons of those out there as well. This is priced very, very aggressively. Before discounts, it's about $280, and with discounts, you can do your math from there. So huge opportunity for Cascadia fleets, Volvo VN fleets, tons of these out there. So the next is some full replacement options. So P3 Cascadias, tons of them out there, as you guys know. And most of them have a Borg Warner on it with their on-off. And of course, this front piece here would be the same. You can replace it with this. That's what most people do. But if you want to offer or upsell your customer and give them a full replacement, we have remans available. When you only replace that front fan clutch, you're keeping the old bearing and old pulleys back there, which can be a ticking time bomb. We offer the full replacement with a solenoid valve for a very, very attractive price. Before discounts, it's about a little under $400 actually, believe it or not. And we have 2 part numbers, one for the 113 BBC and 125 BBC. And the difference between those is just the hood length. Along the same lines, we have the same full replacement option for the P4 new Cascadia. You're not going to see as many of these out there yet, but we wanted to get ahead of the game. This is 1 part number, and it is a new unit, so it's coreless, but the old Borg Warner core can be used in our core program. And this, again, is priced very, very aggressively. Along the same lines, we're doing the same thing for the Volvo VN. We have a reman available for the D13 and then a reman available for the ISX. And again, this comes with the solenoid valve. Next is the Freightliner M2. So most of these will have actually a Horton fan clutch on them. It's our old HT650, which was a good fan clutch at the time, but really there is better options out there now. So we want to upgrade them to the DMA on-off. The HT650 was a front air design, and it was air engaged, which means it would fail in the off position. So we want to upgrade them to the DMA on-off with a pre-plumb solenoid valve, which is spring engaged and it fails in the on position. And this kit comes with the pre-plumb solenoid valve, so it is dummy proof. It's a much more robust design, and it's actually less expensive than the HT650. Tons of those out there, so good opportunity. You could also upgrade them to a 2-speed as well. That'd be our 99A8189. And again, all of this literature is available on the HDA Truck Pride website. If you want it directly, please feel free to reach out to myself or your local rep as well. So next, I didn't touch on our variable speed technology. You won't see as much of that in the aftermarket yet. The OEMs are a little bit slower to adopt that. But where you will find them and where we have a great replacement is a lot of Mack. They utilize the bare viscous. So for those of you that are aware of this, it's designed in a way that the tether is exposed to the belt line. So if that belt goes, it takes out the whole fan clutch. Our solution in the aftermarket is what we call our RCD 250. And that is designed in a way so that the tether comes through the back of the fan clutch. It is not exposed at all. And so if a belt goes, you're not replacing the fan clutch as well. This is specifically an opportunity for the TerraPro. We have a part number 995771 that comes with a fan blade. It's a plug and play option for all Macks, meaning it does not need any computer reprogramming. Touched on this, but I just want to drive it home. Every fan clutch sale is an opportunity to sell a fan blade as well. And I would add to that, you should make sure that you're selling solenoid valves and some of these other ancillary products. Majority of the failures we see in the aftermarket is due to solenoid valves not getting enough air pressure to the fan clutch. Next, hopefully you guys are aware of this, but I mentioned that we've made significant investments to make sure our inventory is available in every corner of the country. And what I meant by that is our quick ship warehouse program. So we have 15 warehouses across US and Canada that put our product typically within 1, sometimes 2-day delivery of all of our customers. And the neat thing about this is we stock all makes, all parts in here. And additionally, you guys have the ability, if you go to our website, hortonww.com, you can sign up to view live inventory in any of these warehouses. So you have the ability, if let's say a customer comes across the counter and is looking for a DMA 2-speed and you don't have it on the shelf, you can quickly plug it in, see where it is, and see how quickly you can get it to your customer and get them on the road. The other investment we've made to try and make it as easy to do business with as possible is our online parts catalog. So this was, again, around September of last year. We rolled this out. Our legacy catalog is still available, but we're trying to push more and more people towards this. The neatest thing about this is it has a VIN number lookup. So if you enter in the 17-digit VIN, you're going to be able to see what was on the truck and what the service options are, as well as kits. You can also enter in any competitive part number, and it will cross it over to us. It's very, very slick. We continue to make improvements to it, but it's something we use every day in the field. And it is mobile friendly. We'll show you right here. For those of you that want to follow along, this is a great way to put this on your phone so that for those of you that are outside sales, if you're out in front of the customer, you can quickly pull this up and plug in the VIN and see what's out there. So If you just Google Horton Parts Catalog, you'll have to click I accept cookies. And then you click that thing on the bottom. I don't know exactly what that is, but I think it allows you to forward stuff, but it'll bring up a screen and you scroll down and you select add to home screen. And now you will have this just like an app on your phone. So again, very, very useful and hopefully allows you to make some fan clutch sales. And that is all I had, Nikki. I think we stayed within the time frame, even with our technical difficulties. So
you did a great job.
Let's open it up to questions.
Thanks, Jackson, so much. I want to remind everyone that you are still on mute, so please use that chat button or the Q&A button to ask any questions. Jackson, I'm going to have you go back one slide so they have those app instructions there.
Yep.
In case you guys need to still download that while we're chatting this morning. We did record this session. We'll clean up the beginning where we had the audio issues, and we will post that to our university. So within 24 hours, you guys will have access to this recording. Again, this afternoon, 3 o'clock Eastern time, we will have a technical presentation from NTN. And then tomorrow, we will wrap up the week with a sales presentation from Continental and a technical presentation from Centric. So that was it for this morning. I do not have any questions that came through. Jackson, thank you so much. Again, all of the documents that he referenced have been loaded to our website. And if you guys need any help downloading the app, please let us know. We can walk you through that as well. Thank you, Jackson, so much for your time this morning. And thank you to all of our attendees. You guys have a great day.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.